Northeast Alternatives presents 13 Folds Live on Lemonadio.com. Sponsored by Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, Wonderland Smoke Shop, and Northeast Alternatives, the most awarded dispensary in New England. Featuring Dave Death and Eddie Bills with special guest singer-songwriter Steve Donovan. And now, here's David.
Hey everybody, welcome to another installment of 13 Folds Live from the Parlour. Tonight's a very good old friend of mine, Steve Donovan. He's going to be joining us today playing some of his original music, and this should be a fun show because we have not hung out in a long while. I want to just give a shout out before we get everything started to our premier sponsor, Northeast Alternatives, the most awarded dispensary in New England. Thank you guys for supporting us. And also our supporting sponsors, Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and Kind Card. Thank you guys as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys, if you're listening. And you're not watching us, you should be. Go to YouTube and look up 13 Folds Live, subscribe, and watch the show live. We're streaming on a bunch of different platforms. I think we do Twitch, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. Look up what is it, Eddie?
Parlour Providence on
Providence.
Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook.
All right. And 13
And of course,
Folds
13
Live.
Folds Live, yeah, on YouTube and Instagram.
And like us there too on both Instagram and Facebook. All the grams.
And subscribe on YouTube.
So issue 26 of 13 Folds is actually gone. We ran out of magazines. So I'm reprinting some. We're doing a second run of issue 26. We've had to do it a couple times, but not often. So it's a good thing coming out of COVID to be in this situation. So we are printing the magazines. I believe there's still some, though. I know Northeast Alternatives out in Fall River still has some. Solar Therapeutics in Somerset, Mass. They have some. And if you're lucky, they still have a few at Wonderland Smoke Shop out in Warwick, Rhode Island. So go check out those guys. They're sponsoring us, and they allow us to keep bringing 13 Folds to you free for the people. And yeah, go there, check it out, or you can come to one of our 3 events. That's right, we have 3 events going on this weekend. I guess Friday night we're doing what is it? Do you remember the name of? I think Friday night is the Manifest Tour over at Platforms. So we'll be there with magazines Friday night at Platforms in Providence, Rhode Island, with one of my favorite bands is going to be playing. Animal Face is going to be there, rocking the house. So come out and join us Friday. Pick up some magazines there. If you can't make it Friday, we will also be out in Auburn, Mass, at May Dazed, and that's Saturday. I believe that's from like 2 to 8 on Saturday. And if you don't know about it, go on Facebook and find Canna Bros Productions and send them a private message. Ask for details. RSVP. It's limited space, outdoor event, but it should be a lot of fun. And then if you don't see us Friday or Saturday, we have our Fiesta dinner coming up Sunday night, and I think we only have like 8 tickets left. I mean, we blew through those. So if you want tickets to that, to come eat dinner and get a 13 Folds magazine, party with us, listen to some mariachi music, it's going to be a good time. Hit us up on Facebook at 13 Folds magazine and send us a message, and we'll give you all the details for that. Other than that, there is a lot coming up. Like the summer is kicking off, and it's kicking off hard, Eddie. Nice. I'm glad. Are you reading the teleprompter again? That's a Wendy's commercial. So like we said, Manifest Summer Tour Part 2 is this Friday. Stupid Robots, Animal Face, Astrocat Collective, and Groovin' Confusion will be there, and so will we. Come by, check it out. It's going to be an awesome show. platforms, Providence, Rhode Island. May 22nd, Canna Brothers and 13 Folds present May Days. Message us on Facebook. Like I said, go to 13 Folds Magazine.
If you want to know more about Stupid Robots or Animal Face, go back, listen to some of our past live streams, too.
Oh, yeah. Actually, Animal Face was our first show, I believe.
Yeah.
Our very first 13 Folds Live.
Probably right.
And who else was on there? Who else were you saying to? Oh, the Stupid Robots.
Yeah, we did one for them, haven't we?
Yeah, we did that. We had them on.
It was like the same weekend, I think.
I don't know if it was the same weekend. We've had them on a couple shows, though. Not our show. We had them on one of our shows, I think.
They've done a Parlour stream, too.
Yeah, so they're good guys. And great band. I love those guys. May 23rd, we are working with Happy Spoon to present our Fiesta Dinner featuring Brazilian-style mariachi music from the Dave, I believe it's Dave Schroeder trio. I can't remember his name, but anyway, they're going to be rocking it out. And we're going to have some awesome food and magazines. Come check that out. Like I said, there's only like 8 tickets left. So try to find us this weekend, and you can get in on that dinner. May 28th, Manifest Entertainment Part 3 of their summer tour, once again at Platforms, is going to be Living Light, Josh Teed, Cosmo, and Ilis. June 5th, Black Sheep Entertainment, Brawlers Inc., and 13 Folds are bringing to you Smoked Up Part 1, featuring Joint Damage, who haven't played in a long time, Travesty, Warak, and more. June 12th, once again at Platforms, we have Stone Road Band, Sugar Cones, and They Were Rabbits. June 19th, we're teaming up with Canna Brothers again to present the Summer Haze Canna Rally and Art Festival. Keep up with our social media if you want to find out what's going on at those events. That one's out in Auburn, Mass., and that's all I'm going to tell you. You have to go to our page, you have to like us, and you have to send us a message so you can RSVP to get in on these private events. Then I believe that Saturday, June 26th, we're wrapping up the month with another show with Black Sheep Entertainment, and that's going to be at Beachstock Part 2, and that's in Chepachet, Rhode Island. That's going to be an all-day event, and Justin's shows are always fun, you know. Sometimes a little too fun. If you hear about an event on our show, any event that we talk about, you can usually contact us about vending it or attending it. You just have to hit us up on Facebook, guys. Anything that we sponsor, you can hit us up. And like I said, we got vending opportunities. You usually have to RSVP tickets for a lot of these events, especially with COVID regs. You know, we're still not out of the woods yet with all this. So, yeah, be careful out there, and especially attending the events. No coughing in each other's mouths. That's the best advice I could give you. We will also be broadcasting live from Terptown this year in Spencer, Mass., August 20th and the 21st, as well as the Harvest Cup in Worcester, Mass. This November. All of that being said, whew, I didn't think we'd get through. There's too many events, man. We got too much going on, buddy. You know, you don't have to talk it up tonight, man. You're making me miss Jess.
Aw, I miss Jess too. Shout out to our third co-host,
our long lost producer,
our executive producer.
We got a great show tonight. Like I said, we got Steve Donovan, great musician. Are you 21 yet, Steve?
Not yet.
We've been fighting all day about who's really your best friend, me, Dave, or Gregory. I said I found you first.
Did you know him before the half a mustache grew in? Anyway, we got some music coming up from Steve Donovan here for you guys. I hope you like it. We'll, before we go, just one last shout out to our premier sponsor, Northeast Alternatives, our supporting sponsors, Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, Wonderland Smoke Shop. Thank all you guys for helping us do this. So we're going to stick around We're going to play some music from Steve Donovan right after a quick word from our sponsors. You're listening to 13 Folds Live on Lemonadio.com. Oh.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary, located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu. We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Look away, old blind Georgia. She is riding a northbound train. She never did hear any warning, so she'll face her judgment day. Give me one step, Charlie, and one step, Jim. 2 for Mother Nature, truth on the wind. 1 for the doctor who said she wouldn't make it. She's recovering nicely, no one can break her. Look away towards peaceful blind Georgia. Somehow she walked away this time unscathed. She almost perished at the mercy of the pride of others. Lucky this time to make a full escape. Then she got caught in a hot town crossfire. Crossfire of demons who can't stay out of the way. They didn't care that they caught old blind Georgia. For their hellfire she did pay. Give me one step, Charlie, and one step, Jim. 1 for Mother Nature, truth on the wind. 1 for the doctor who said she wouldn't make it. She's recovering nicely, no one can break her. Nobody thought old blind George would make it. Even the doctor gave up trying to save her. Though she couldn't lift her eye or wag a finger, I could hear her whispering gospel songs about a savior. She wished for difference on her dying day. Just before her eyes perceived the light, she felt the warmth and the beauty of the night before her, ready to end the woes of her earthly plight. Give me one step, Charlie, and one step, Jim. Two for Mother Nature, truth on the wind. One for the doctor who said she wouldn't make it. She's recovering nicely, no one can break her. Give me one step, Charlie, one step, Jim. One for Mother Nature, truth on the wind. One for the doctor who said she wouldn't make it. She's recovering nicely, no one can break her. Yeah, she's recovering nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, nice to see you guys tonight.
Nice
Long
to
time.
have we for another date.
Of Chicago, sneaking out my old back door. It won't be long, girl, till you find me leaving. It won't be long till you find that I got gone. There's a diner, we can get breakfast, though the waitress is pretty nuts. You know she'll sit down at your table, critique your order, call you a put. Her third husband said he was sorry, but he just couldn't take it anymore. She said, you gonna give me half your money? She said, that ain't much if you've been keeping score. So I'm dreaming of Chicago, sneaking out my old back door. It won't be long, girl, till you find me leaving. It won't be long till you find that I got gone. Long ago, there was an alley, and it's been long since anyone was there. I know that Maxwell was his location, and I know the Kingston mine still stands. But if you find that old dark alley, there's a door with a faded light. Don't think twice, boy, or you'll be sorry. Just go in, it'll be alright. You'll find wisdom and time in bottles. You'll find freedom, you'll find love. You'll find your calling, your salvation, if you believe in the blues above. So I'm dreaming of Chicago, sneaking out my old back door. It won't be long till you find me leaving. It won't be long till you find that I got gone.
So you lived in Chicago for a bit, right?
Yeah, I spent about a year in Chicago.
And
One of my favorite places.
have you been back since, or you still go and visit?
I have been back once since. It's probably one of my first destinations post-pandemic. I want to go catch a White Sox game. It's an awesome city to eat and drink your way through, for sure.
I've never been.
That's a fun city.
I hear it's windy.
It is. You know that Providence is actually a statistically windier city than Chicago is?
Well,
We're statistically more creative too, so we got that name instead.
well, it's a political term, I guess, where they call it the windy cities, because the politicians were so long-winded back in the day. So that's where it comes from.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, it does. I saw it on the Discovery Channel once. I believe so. So what do you got coming up next? What's this song coming up?
All right, so this is I don't know, this is a song that somebody has to figure out the meaning to, because I don't really know what it is. But this is a little lighter of a tune than the last couple ones.
I don't believe that. You can't get much lighter than those.
I just meant in subject matter. Hercules is a little broken as Achilles is getting him down. You know he's gonna keep riding, and you wanna know what he's found. He's got a tabletop oracle window that'll show me straight to you, and a deep dark double-edged ocean that'll put you on top of the world. Said call me up and call it off. I must admit something's a little cross. Maybe off the record one fine day couldn't get you to turn and cough, even if I was a doctor with a different face. Maybe you could write me a letter, reach out and touch someone. Or you could keep on hiding like a puppeteer in a picture show. There's a star between the pages, innuendo on a late night interview. But I'm burnt out on the main line. I'm calling collect, oh baby, just put me through. Said call me up and call me off. I must admit something's a little cross. Maybe off the record some frank take Couldn't get you to turn and cough, even if I was a doctor with a different face. Said call me up and call me off. I must admit something's a little cross. Maybe off the record some frank take. Couldn't get you to turn and cough, even if I was a doctor with a different face. Even if I was a doctor with a different face.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary, located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu. We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
13 Folds live on Lemonadio.com. Presented by Northeast Alternatives, sponsored by Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, and Kind Card. If you're not watching the live stream on YouTube, go subscribe to 13 Folds Live right now so you can see the entire performance in all of its glory, or go find the Parlour Providence on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, and donate to the performers and engineers who put their blood, sweat, and tears. That's right. Their blood, sweat, and tears go into this. All of them. So I make sure at least somebody, goes home bleeding at some point throughout the night, throwing glasses and microphones and stuff at each other. It's all fun.
I don't know
So-
anything
Dave.
about that.
I picked Steve tonight.
You're just jealous that you get all the attention around here. Anyway, yeah, is the link set? There's a link in the Parlor page on Facebook to donate, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't want to do it. And we're going to be opening up. We're going to be able to fit like 15 people in here starting tonight. You just got to RSVP, call the Parlor, or hit us up on Facebook and reserve the tables. We got a few tables in the bubble. You can sit behind the glass and watch us. It's like being at a hockey game, except less fighting sometimes. So yeah, guys, come on down to the Parlor. Have some drinks, enjoy the show, and watch a little bit of live music from the safety of the bubble. Donovan, Stevie D, the kid, the chaotic kid, Kid Chaos. So, what have you been up to since COVID's been going on? Like, I haven't seen much of you, man.
No, I was kind of been hiding, and I was working a little bit during the day, but I've just been starting to get back to gigging.
Yeah.
And we were working on a Cohogs record throughout the pandemic as well that was already in action, and that the mixing just wrapped up for that, so it's coming soon.
All right. Well, that's
Cohogs
good to
record
hear.
called Tasteless, and we're just booking a few gigs again. We're playing at the Pump House on May 29th with Julie Rhodes.
Nice.
And we have a couple things up, do the social media thing, you'll be able to find the dates. And during the pandemic, a lot of the time I was home, I was writing some of the tunes you guys are hearing tonight.
Nice.
And
a few old ones, right?
Yeah, a couple of old ones, and some of the stuff was as new as a couple months ago.
So, are you working on a solo project as well, maybe, or?
Yeah, it's an album.
All right.
Collection of tunes.
And what are you thinking, later on in the year, or are we going to have to wait till next year for that?
I'm not sure. It's going to probably get recorded this year and probably end up being released next year.
Yeah. Take your time, man.
Yeah.
Take your time. We got other stuff to do, man. We don't need your music. just leave us all waiting.
Nobody really wants to hear it. I just have to get it out.
No, I actually, like I said, it's rare that we get to see you do live, your own tunes, because, and not that, I appreciate your originals, but you are a blues rock, phenom, and when you came into the scene, like I remember, like the first real project I remember you in was with Sasquatch and the Sickabillies.
Oh,
and
yeah. I was with
you,
Dave for about 5 years.
You, Dave, and Bob, right?
Bob Juicy, yep.
And so Sasquatch has always been a good friend of mine, and like one of my favorite performers in Providence. And you've heard the stories. He does some crazy shit.
Some of the I am some of the stories, but I spoke with Dave the other day. He's doing really well, and we might end up playing some music together this year now that everything's opened up again.
Nice. You know what? I want to get him. I'd love to get the Sickabillies on the show.
Oh yeah,
that would be a fun show.
We might be able to harangue Dave into doing it.
Yeah, we'll have to get a chicken wire thing around the stage so they keep them in.
Let's cage the ape.
Cage the man. So I know Dave. I've known him for a long time, so I know he's I'm not going to say difficult to work with, but he is
it's a demanding gig to do. It's a demanding gig to do. No, it really is. Because he's really high energy, and he expects the same out of the band.
Yeah, he's demanding. That's what it is. He's a perfectionist.
Demanding gig,
yeah. He has his vision, and that's what he wants, and he's great at it. But
yeah, it's his band, yeah.
But what was that like? Because you guys put out the CD that you guys put out, Enjoy the Blood.
Enjoy the Blood.
I love that CD from
Thank
beginning to end. One of my it's in my playlist.
Oh, sweet.
I listen to it all the time.
Can you bring me a copy of it?
I can actually, yeah. I turn a lot of people onto that CD. They love it.
I'm glad. We had a good time making that album.
So that was what I was going to say. What was the experience like, and just making that CD together?
We went down to in Warren, right down the street from Dave's house. Phil Green and Tony Ritchie. And Phil Green, I mean, is an absolutely legendary engineer and producer. We went to Normandy Triad and just spent, I think, about 3 sessions going through those tunes, live in the studio for the most part. I overdubbed a couple of solos, and he overdubbed a couple of vocals. But for the most part, we
just 3 sessions.
We were just banging it out in the studio. Bob's a pleasure to work with in the studio because he doesn't miss.
Yeah, he's played with so many different people. He's a great drummer.
And Phil was great to work with because Phil is a lovely, crazy man. And him and Dave together it's quite a sight.
Nice. But it was, 3 days, huh? That's it, 3 sessions, and that's out.
3 maybe 6-hour sessions, 8-hour sessions.
But you guys had to have those songs down anyways at that point, I think.
Yeah, we'd been playing probably, I don't remember how many songs were on the record, but if there were 11 songs on it, we were probably doing 8 or 9 of them live at the time.
Nice.
Some of them had been lying around for a while.
So usually people are like, oh, it's, when they start in the music scene, it's like they're trying to look going up. You started at with one of the most difficult gigs you could have got.
Yeah.
So
pretty much.
how do you think that prepared you for doing what you're doing now, and just the music scene, or local music scene as a whole?
Yeah, I don't feel intimidated taking on any gigs after working with Dave. I mean, there are still players. If I got called to do a gig with them, I'd be intimidated just because of the quality of their playing and that kind of thing. But Dave pretty much threw about everything he could at me.
Yeah, physically,
and not in a bad way. I love Dave.
And talent-wise.
We get along really well. He puts you through the ringer though on gigs. I was just speaking with him the other day because this is actually 20th anniversary of Zickabilly's.
Oh, is it? Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a great
So
lineup.
that's why I mentioned to him. I was like, maybe we should play some music.
I think that'd be awesome. If you guys, I'm down to support any way I can. You guys do a show. I got venues all over.
Yeah.
He's a very mesmerizing performer when his eyes roll back in his head and you think he's literally about to swallow the microphone.
I have seen
or his
him.
guitar's going to burst into flames.
I've seen him set himself on fire.
See?
I've seen him set other
Told
things
ya.
on fire.
Fire, blood, broken glass.
When you guys performed
vomit.
at the bank in Warren,
Oh, yeah.
that show will go down in
Daniel's Bank.
history as something to me out of like a cartoon or something. Like he even said it during the show. He's like, "They gave me the keys to the bank and the vault's wide open."
So when did you start playing with the Quahawks?
2014 or 15.
So
I think the end of 2014. I want to say, or beginning of 2014.
So how did that come about?
I met Steve in the Parlour.
Oh, okay. Here.
Me and Bob Giusti came to open mic, and we were talking about gigs and stuff. And he goes, you need to find like a young band. And Steve was playing open mic. He goes, you should be playing with that guy, like kind of just half joking. But then months later, me and Steve ended up striking up a friendship, and I've been playing for him for 7 years now.
Wow,
and this is 10 years of Quahawks, and I've been in the band for 7.
Yeah.
Because the first year I played with Dave was the summer of 2013.
Huh. It seems like it doesn't seem that long ago.
I was about to be 19.
Wow. Yeah, I remember.
I think I was 18 when I met you.
I remember
And
when you were
Gregory.
that kid hanging out at the bar, and
I was 22 for a long time.
you were 20. Yeah, you were. Oh, I just turned 21. Oh, have a drink on me, buddy. Then, like a year later, you were still 21. Everybody started catching on. You think you wear those fancy shirts around town and you can throw us off, but nah, we're on to you, man. We let it ride. So how old were you when you actually started playing music?
I started picking up a guitar in the house when I was 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah,
And then when I was about 8 or 9, my parents got me into lessons. But both my parents are musicians. My mother's a classically trained singer, and my father is a drummer and guitar player.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I seem to remember.
So they never forced it on me, and they never pressured me into music, but there were always instruments in the house. There was always music on, and they were always either playing or singing in the house.
They were supportive of you,
Very much,
to say the
so.
least.
Yeah, there were guitars and a piano in the house, and harmonicas and all kinds of stuff. Microphones.
See, I love the noise outside. I hope we pick that up because
great.
it sounds like we're at like a bike club.
Sounds like a Steppenwolf record.
Yeah, we're cool here.
Comment in the chat if you know what CC the engine on that bike was.
Comment if you know who Steppenwolf is.
True.
So let's play another 3 songs.
All right.
And then we'll come back. We'll talk some more. You're listening to 13 Folds live at the Parlour on Lemonadio.com.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I know a man named Raleigh. He got a wooden leg and a pin in his skull. I said, I know a man named Raleigh. He got a wooden leg and a pin in his skull. We're gonna ramble on over to gamble at the billiard hall. Yes, Millie went down to Mexico in her green ostrich-skin boots. I said Millie went down to Mexico in her green ostrich-skin boots. Gentlemen, doff your hats, there's a lady on the loose. Well, I know a man from Jamaica, and he sing gospel songs. Yes, I know a man from Jamaica, and he sing gospel songs. We're gonna get up in the morning and paint this house before dawn. Well, I know a man named Caesar, and he can catch a chicken with his teeth. Well, I know a man named Caesar, and he can catch a chicken with his teeth. Well, he used to love a woman, but she really loved to cheat. Redhead Johnny come over to my house with a wheelbarrow full of fill. Redhead Johnny come over to my house with a wheelbarrow full of fill. We're gonna walk right up, plant some flowers on the hill. Redhead Johnny come over to my house with a wheelbarrow full of fill. Redhead Johnny come over to my house, look like he forgot to take his pill. We're gonna walk on up, plant some flowers on the hill. Yeah, we're gonna walk right up, plant some flowers on the hill. Said we're gonna walk right up, plant some flowers on the hill. Do you ever feel like a hopeless cripple, inside and dry, still getting soaked by the rain? Do you ever wonder if the earth will shatter, if it all doesn't matter? Why do we feel this pain? And I stopped for a minute to see if I was still breathing. Stopped just long enough to realize I was insane. Stopped for a minute to see if I should consider anybody else. Stopped just long enough to wash the blood off the hands of my brain. Do you get the feeling
that you're stranded in the middle, stuck without resistance. Thought you always know the way. I catch it in glimpses and visions on the fringes, frayed and tattered ends, and an empty shell are all that remains. And I stopped for a minute to see if I was still breathing. Stopped just long enough to realize I was insane. Stopped for a minute to see if I should consider anybody else. Stopped just long enough to wash the blood off the hands of my brain. Does it make a difference to know how to turn and pivot if you just end up caught up practicing the same old mistakes? Pride can leave you listless 'cause you're at odds with yourself, at odds with yourself and all of your mistakes. And I stopped for a minute to see if I was still breathing. Stopped just long enough to realize I was insane. Stopped for a minute to see if I should consider anybody else. Stop just long enough to wash the blood off the hands of my brain.
You ever eat, Steve?
What's that?
You ever eat mushrooms?
Yeah.
I think I get a hint of that in some of your lyrics, brother. What was that?
There have been a lot of mushrooms involved in the pandemic.
What was that song about?
That was kind of written about unstructured time during the pandemic. I was kind of realizing like I'm never gonna have this kind of like time on my hands again. So it's just like it was a weird pause in life. It's a little what's the word I'm looking for? I guess a little
Limbo.
yeah, limbo. Like
That's what it felt like. Some days you're like, I don't know what
like,
day it is. I don't know what time it is.
existential. Yeah, it's
I
like
don't know
an
if it's AM or
existential
PM.
crisis.
I don't know if I'm.
It's an existential crisis.
I don't know if I'm coming up, coming down.
Yeah.
Sometimes
That's the thing, like,
both.
I wasn't working, so like I wouldn't get tired. So it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, well, I've been up for 2 days.
Any time's a great time for a nap or a meal or
Or a
there's-
smoke.
Or
whatever.
creation.
like you said,
you
no,
know?
there was just a lack of structure.
The last time I had that much free time on my hands, I think I was like 3 years old.
And all the like outside, the worldly,
saying?
the
Yeah.
worldly cues that let you know what time it is, like traffic and things that didn't exist.
Gone.
It was
Did not
just, it was
exist.
just like a limbo.
So what do you got? What's this next song about?
All right, so this one I can say a little something about. So this is a song that I finally finished during the pandemic, and it's fitting after the conversation we just had. But I had started writing the song in Chicago like 8-9 years ago, and I'd lost the lyrics so many times, but I'd remember pieces of it, and I finally was able to put all the pieces back together and had found some stuff in old boxes and stuff. So this song is a long time coming.
Seen the sign on the door in the silence of dawn. Still didn't tell me just what was going on. I'm shooting all my arrows in a deranged fashion. Left my pride on the table and floor. Gonna find the place I've been searching for. It's time to clean up, or I get left behind. It's been too long since I've been on the other side. I'm taking too many chances, turning down too many dances, trying to speed the passing of time. It's time to clean up before you change your mind. Your act is not for me, and I'm aware. Every born seeker is trying to meet you, but that doesn't mean it's fair. I ran through the fences where solace rings out and freedom reigns high in the air. No longer in focus, I just can't stay here. It's time to clean up, or I get left behind. It's been too long since I've been on the other side. I'm taking too many chances, turning down too many dances, and trying to speed the passing of time. It's time to clean up before you change your mind. I gave a dime to the dog because he turned out a bone. I thought he would chase me, but I guess I was wrong. Well, I never got his name, so I couldn't call him. As quick as I could blink, he was gone. Got nothing to win, alone I'll travel on. Gonna go somewhere for a while, clean up if only some. Yesterday was pity, tomorrow is sorrow. It's all blue and then some. Well, I've never been a hero, but I can start at zero. And I've been caught on the run, life on the road. It's a cold and lonely one. It's time to clean up, or I get left behind. It's been too long since I've been on the other side. Taking too many chances, turning down too many dances, and trying to speed the passing of time. It's time to clean up before you change your mind. Wasted all my arrows shooting crazy patterns, still trying to read the sign on the door. Still can't tell you what I've been searching for. It's time to clean up before you change your mind. It's been too long since I've been on the other side. Taking too many chances, turning down too many dances, and trying to speed the passing of time. It's time to clean up before you change your mind. It's time to clean up before you change your mind.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary, located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu.
We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com Wonderland.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
That's fun. But if it's music,
Yeah, well, I mean, I love Elvis. I play him on the radio show and everything.
I love Elvis too. You could make that argument, no question about it. I mean, he was covering Little Richard and Big Mama Thornton and Big Joe Turner and stuff, like the people who wrote, like, Shake, Rattle, and Roll. And
see, but I never look at it as
Big Mama Thornton wrote Hound Dog, I believe.
Who's that guitarist that you always say if there was another name for rock and roll, it would be?
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry. See, that's
Tom Petty said that. Tom Petty said that about Chuck Berry.
I respect your appreciation of Elvis because you appreciate people like Chuck Berry, and you know the history, and you can admit all that stuff. You're not just saying Elvis is the king and he invented everything.
No, I mean, it'd be hard to argue that he's not one of the greatest rock and roll singers that ever lived.
Yeah,
but he
true.
didn't invent rock and roll. He barely ever had a writing credit on a song in his life. You know
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean,
great singer and one of the greatest performers ever. Great voice.
And my point is, I always thought of it not as cultural appropriation, but him honoring those musicians because he never lied about it. He never went and said, "Hey, I made all these songs for everybody."
Yeah.
He
grew
was
up in the
open
South,
about it.
and he grew up in the South singing gospel music too. So they were no strangers to African American music and blues, folk, jazz, any of that stuff.
So I'm tired of sitting here.
He was just very accessible for a whole new audience. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people that shied away from
people that were bigots. You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing.
Precisely.
I think it.
But if you really want a pincushion for bigotry, you have to bring up Pat Boone. So my Elvis conversation ends with "fuck Pat Boone."
Nice.
I just think that without that, a lot of the population wouldn't have been exposed to the music that Elvis was.
Yeah, no question about it.
No remaking, covering. So,
like, if you look back, was there ever a black artist signed to Sun Records? Probably not. That's unfortunate.
Well, it was definitely a different day and age.
Yeah.
We're making progress. We're taking strides. Not everywhere, but we're trying.
Yeah. Well, the first song of the show I played, "Old Blind Georgia." That's about the racial tension in the South.
Now, the songwriting process for you, do you usually work like a storyteller, or do you start coming up with a riff or something and then work the story into it?
It always starts with lyrics for me. Very rarely do I write a song that's music before lyrics. Sometimes I'll start writing and I'll have written a verse and a chorus and I'll come back and finish it. Sometimes I'll have a couple of lines kicking around and then one line will get stuck in my head and kind of spark a verse kind of thing. But I'm reading off of photocopies of my notebook. So I'm in my notebook all the time and I'll write ideas down and I'll go back and edit. So obviously when I first write a song, it doesn't come out this neat.
Now, do you not own a computer, or do you prefer the process of handwriting? Because
I prefer the process of handwriting.
I feel like you remember things better. You
definitely
you work them out more in your head because you're touching paper to pencil. It's not just pressing it. Because I do the same thing. I work so much better when it's analog. I need analog.
I
in
make
my life.
It's a beautiful thing to have handwritten lyrics. It's like a
Yeah.
draft of the art itself besides the song that it could be on exhibit someday. You know what I
And
mean?
I keep all my drafts of the songs. So like I have like the first draft and then all my edit notes, and then I'll rewrite it nice, and then sometimes I even go back and edit again and then rewrite it all again.
Bruce
But
Springsteen does that.
I make frequent trips to Staples to get the pens that I like.
I
like
got-
And
Pilot,
notebooks.
Pilot V5 pens, and I always write
Yeah.
in a 5-subject spiral bound notebook.
Nice.
College ruled.
I got to
College
see.
ruled.
I got to see Bruce Springsteen.
I write
Springsteen's
pretty small.
exhibit.
Springsteen.
Oh,
one
at
of
the
them.
at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and it was so cool. They used his handwritten lyrics as the theme for the whole exhibit. Like
Yeah.
there was like a spiral staircase going up to where the exhibit was, and along the wall they had the lyrics to Thunder Road all the way up, and that's one of my favorite tunes. Oh, it was beautiful.
That's awesome.
Now, do you prefer working on your solo stuff, or do you prefer the process working with other musicians when in a band environment?
Well, I never write any of my solo stuff with anybody else. And Steve sometimes writes with friends, but not for the Quahogs. All the Quahog stuff that's original, Steve wrote alone.
Yeah.
We arrange stuff together, like in the studio or like in rehearsal, like music layout wise.
Yeah.
But he comes in with lyrics and songs done. We write.
Nice.
He has like sole writing credit on that stuff. You know.
All right,
And
that's awesome.
Kind of the same with me. I'm not opposed to writing with other people, but never really had any ambition to write with somebody else unless I really thought it was going to be a great project.
Yeah. Well, Eddie's an excellent songwriter. I think you and Eddie Bills should.
He is indeed.
should
We're
do a
actually doing the
project.
Artist Jackie show together. I think it's Monday, June 7th.
Oh, nice.
Be me and Eddie Bills on the Artist Jackie show on the land of the internet on Instagram, Facebook, and whatever they're streaming on over there.
I love Jackie. She's going to be on our show.
She's awesome.
June 8th, I think.
I happen to
Oh,
stop
so
by
the
and
next
catch-
day, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually,
Oh, yeah. That's
we're
awesome.
trading.
We're trading.
Hosts.
Oh, nice. I happened to be there the other day. Lako was playing, and Becca and Alexis sound great. And then Jackie did her Artist Jackie set. Blew me away.
She's
Put
fun
on
to
a
watch.
great set, and she did like I think maybe 5 tunes, and her lyrics are out of this world. They're fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
it's always a good time.
Yeah.
I actually can't wait to get her on again. We had issues. She was one of our first guests that we had when we started doing 13 Folds live, but we had technical issues and we weren't able to repost that or something like that.
Oh, that's
We
too bad.
we had a wonky audio on that set in particular, and and it just wasn't something to be proud of on our end. But
Yeah.
they performed so well. We just owe them another shot.
Yes,
I understand
definitely.
that. When I was streaming from home during the pandemic, me and my brother picked up some cables and some adapters and some camera gear, and
You guys were doing great.
we figured it out. But the first couple, it was hard to get it up and running, and it wasn't
Yeah.
cheap. It wasn't cheap to get it going.
Tell me.
I mean, we didn't buy anything crazy, but I probably spent $200 or $250 to get streams up and running. But now I have the stuff, and now I learned how to do it, and my brother got really good with it. So he came in.
I had fun tuning into some of the basement sessions
It
with
was
the
super fun.
Donovans.
Yeah, exactly. My brother was like holding up papers, like, "Oh, so and so's watching. They want to hear this." I'm like, "Nice." It was fun. I told the first one, I was like, well, actually, all of them. I was like, "We'll do about an hour and a half. I don't want to do this too long." It ended up being like a 3.5-hour show.
That
all
happens,
the time.
man. It happens, especially I don't know. You get into a groove and everything gets fun. It's like I have a hard time keeping us on schedule with this show.
Yeah, yeah.
Um.
And the more moving parts, the harder it is to keep
Oh
everybody on.
God.
Didn't you do one stream where you just were trying to see how many Dylan songs you could do in a row? And that one went for a while.
It was
too.
it was about a year ago. Dylan's birthday is May 24th. I'm only 80 this year, actually. But I was doing a Dylan birthday show.
That must have been it.
I think I did 45 Dylan songs.
That's what I mean. It was like I remember tuning into that
It's a
one
long
and being
set.
like, "Oh my God, this dude can just play forever."
But it's easy to cover songs as Dylan. Like you can pick any song that anybody has sung and sing it like Bob Dylan, and it works. I do it in the car sometimes, like the hip hop songs or whatever's on. I'll Dylan that shit up, man. I don't care. I don't even hesitate.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Wu-Tang in the style of Dylan.
Who was your biggest music influence growing up?
Growing up, my first huge influence was Roy Orbison.
Oh wow! All right.
And then I discovered Dylan. The Beatles were always huge for me. The Everly Brothers, Carl Perkins. But Orbison, when I was a little kid, like I said, I started picking up the guitar. Like my dad got me a half-size guitar when I was like about 2 or 3 years old, and he had gotten the VHS of the Cinemax special, Roy Orbison and Roy Orbison and Friends Black and White Night. But he was just showing on syndication and PBS and everything. But he had the VHS, and I was mesmerized by it. I loved Orbison.
I know you listen to Tom Jones. Come on.
I do like Tom Jones. He wasn't like, front and center for me growing up, but I do like Tom Jones a lot.
I was
a
obsessed.
fantastic singer. But Orbison, I was mesmerized by Orbison's voice, and the backing band on that was Elvis's backing band, the TCB band. James Burton on guitar, Glenn Hardin on piano, Jerry Sheff on bass, and Ron Tutt on drums. And then it's like just a celebrity cast of musicians behind him. The backup vocalists are, J.D. Souther, Stephen Souls, Jackson Brown, Katie Lang, Bonnie Raitt, and Jennifer Warnes. And then Springsteen's on it, Costello's on it, Tom Waits. It's just an unbelievable concert, and that blew my mind as a little kid.
Yeah, I you know what I always saw the Dylan and Beatles, but I didn't think Roy Orbison with you, so
Huge
that's good
Orbison
to know.
fan. Dylan was the first concert I ever saw.
Oh, well, live you mean?
Yeah, first live concert I ever saw. Yeah. I was 9.
My first live concert was Whitney Houston and Luther Vandross.
Whoa!
Yeah, I was like 12 years old, and Whitney was opening up for Luther. She was nobody.
That must have been an amazing Whitney show.
It was awesome.
Because those first couple of Whitney albums are beautiful.
Yeah, and she wasn't all, well, she might have been hopped up on coke, but, her...
I don't care about the drugs. When they started really producing those records like pop records, and she's such an amazing soul singer.
Yeah, it was you know what? And it's funny because Gregory had a post on Facebook saying, what show did you begrudgingly go to that you ended up, being blown up? That was the show I was going to post on there because I didn't care. I was a metalhead when I was 12 years old. I was listening to Metallica and stuff.
Who dragged you to the Whitney Houston show?
My uncle that I stayed with in Florida while I was down there had tickets, so I went with my uncle and his wife, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was an amazing show. So it happens, Go experience live music.
Yeah.
Any chance you get. It doesn't matter if you really like the music or not, because you never know when you're there. It's like watching a live performance is so different than hearing it. Hearing it on the radio or watching it on YouTube, there's a different energy.
It really is. And it's good to figure out what you don't like too, so you don't have to pick through Spotify and go through somebody's bullshit playlist. Like, figure out what you don't like as much as what you do.
I get exposed to a lot of new bands that I've never heard before by going to shows and Pantera. What was your friend to?
Like locally or all time? So I think. Can you do the rest of this interview in the Skeletor voice?
We were talking about doing the entire show. I was going to be Skeletor for... we were going to do Weather Tour, and every week have...
Star is the best shows I've ever seen. Mark Knopfler
didn't even want to be there.
That's such a shame. Springsteen was great. Diana Ross was arguably the best I've ever seen.
I had a crush on Diana. I had a childhood crush.
She's still gorgeous.
Diana Ross. Yeah, who's your celebrity crush?
Right now or all time?
All time.
Elizabeth Montgomery.
Okay. That's
hey,
acceptable.
you asked the celebrity crush question.
Well, it was relevant right there.
True. Yeah.
Time and
Modern
place for
day
everything.
And Steve had an answer like beyond ready. He was
modern day celebrity crush, Chelsea Handler.
Okay. I think Jennifer
Chelsea
Aniston.
Handler.
I've had a thing for Jennifer Aniston ever since Friends.
You can't go wrong with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I think she might have a restraining order on me, though. I'm not sure.
Oh, no, she definitely does. I talked to her about it last week. She snores, by the way.
Now, what is your dream show? Like, if you had an opportunity to play with anyone, what venue, who would that band be that you're playing with? And hell, you can even throw in like a purpose, like to raise money for a cure for bestiality.
Well, it's just not catering to your fucking shitty whims, Dave.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I do like doing charity events in general, either if I know the people who run the charity or I have like a personal connection to the cause. It doesn't matter what the cause is. If I think it's a worthy cause, I like to try to at least donate my time for a gig or two during the year. me and Steve actually kind of make a point of doing that. If there's a charity gig that pops up, we're like, let's take one so we can keep that under our belts. I mean, childhood dream gig is like playing with like John Fogerty or Bob Dylan or Don Henley or something like that. But I was talking to a friend of mine recently. There's a couple of local guys that I'd like to get on my on the solo recording, like Marty Ballou and Mark Teixeira, drummers. A couple of great musicians around here that I'm probably going to have the pleasure of playing with, and look forward to trying to put that together.
Nice.
And
favorite venue.
Favorite venue.
Starts with a P.
No, I mean, I grew up a huge baseball fan, so I got to say Fenway Park.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, Fenway Park.
You know, I've only been to Fenway once.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You want to go see Guns N' Roses at Fenway Park this summer?
Yes.
You know what I'd rather see?
I'm going with Eric Bruce.
I would rather see the Guns N' Roses tribute band.
You're going? You already got a ticket? Oh, boy. Well, like, it looks like me and Gregory are going to be tailgating.
Yeah, that's if he pulls. I mean, I can't tell you how many shows Guns N' Roses.
Who's gonna drive so we can tailgate? Lisa's gonna drive.
Yeah, you got Uber now, man. You don't even have to ask that question anymore. Everybody throws down, you get an Uber.
That's a long Uber, and I'm not paying the vomit fee for you. What's that? Yeah, but you can't tailgate at the gig on the train.
You can train gate. Just bring bring a bunch of nips on the train.
Just bring a Camelback with a handle of Jack in it. Yeah. So two of my childhood best friends came to visit me. Two of my best friends growing up came to visit me when I lived in Chicago, and I knew my best friend Brad was coming, but he surprised me and also brought my friend Tyler, which is hilarious because they were staying in my dorm room and there's nowhere for them to stay.
No room for anybody.
Classic. But I was like, I used to do it all the time. I used to pack my backpack full of beers and get on the subway and just ride around on the subway with my notebook. And I was like, let's pack our backpacks and go drink on the train. So we hop on the train like up in Lincoln Park. We're drinking like Bud Lights, cracking Bud Lights, drinking. The next stop, 2 Chicago City cops get on the train. Luckily didn't bust us for the beer, but ruined our time that we were going to spend drinking. And they were taking the Brown Line all the way up to Evanston, so there was no more beer consumption.
Yeah, they do put a damper on partying sometimes. So you got a few more songs to play for us. Actually, we got 2 more breaks to play some songs. But
it was good. You made me go through my notebook today and be like, okay, this is all finished. I'll do this.
I'm glad.
I don't think I've ever heard. I've seen you play a lot, and I don't think I've heard a full set of originals. So this is such a treat, man. I'm having a blast.
You get to hear it here first on 13 Folds Live.
Thank you.
Anyway, yeah, let's listen to some more songs. Give us 3 more. Are these newer or older, this next batch?
So these next 3 are older, actually.
All right.
The first one I wrote when I was living in Chicago, staring out a window, instead of doing my schoolwork.
Well, that's constructive.
And look where that got you. On live internet.
School never got me nowhere. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Donovan, live, 13 Folds Live, from the Parlour on Lemonadio.com.
Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Anywhere, anytime, I'm ready. Used to be so cruel. Never kept my cool. Thought I learned my lesson. People hedge their bets by
they were guessing. I like to keep 'em on their toes, taking shots in the dark. Contrary to the saying, my bite's worse than my bark. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Anywhere, anytime, I'm ready. Brad and me were fishing in the creek, smoking cigars and eating pizza in the heat. Went out for a meal around midnight, caught Ollie boxing Frazier in Friday night's classic fights. Oh, I need to turn around, get my head out of the bag. Must have woken up from this dream too fast. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Anywhere, anytime, I'm ready. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Somewhere sunshine's gonna find me. Anywhere, anytime, I'm ready. Marry for love, marry for money, marry somebody who can do something for you, honey. I got money enough to get me to Duluth. After that, I'll be sleeping in a phone booth. When you find me, I'll be somewhere new. Don't come crying to me, I'll get to you. That beautiful name, it's been picking through my pockets and ringing through my ears. The spice is just so, and you made it alright to smell. That smell would take a morning's night. I'll put that hop to my lips and blow you a tune. Don't come crying to me, I'll get to you. Words may hurt and life may be curt when the weather blows blustery and blue. I would never try to steal your crown, but sticks and stones can build a house for two. Marry for love, marry for money, marry somebody who can do something for you, honey. I could keep that promise in the pocket of my suit, but you never know, go looking through. When you find me, I'll be somewhere new. Don't come crying to me, I'll get to you. Words may hurt and life may be curt when the weather blows blustery and blue. I would never try to steal your crown, but sticks and stones can build a house for two. Marry for love, marry for money, marry somebody who can do something for you, honey. I could keep that promise in the pocket of my suit, but you'd never know who will go looking through. I'll be on my way when the rent comes due. I'll be on my way when the rent comes due. I said I'll be on my way when the rent comes due. Don't come crying to me, I'll get to you.
So basically, you're out of there once the rent's due. Is pretty much what I
if you
get
start
from
asking
that
for
song.
money, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
I'll leave my toothbrush and toothpaste. Thank you. Keep the towel.
I think there's a George Thorogood song about that too.
That's a John Lee Hooker song, my friend. So out the door I went.
Oh, is it a cover? That was mistaken.
That's John Lee Hooker. That's House Rent Boogie.
Wow.
Ended up knocking on my door. I said I don't have the money.
I don't know my rock and roll.
Said come back on Monday.
All right, stop it there. We can't have covered.
Hey, that John Lee Hooker stuff might be public domain now.
I don't know. I say fuck it. Let's risk it. I say do it. You know what? Go ahead. Let's live on the edge. We're pirate radio anyway. You know.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna shoot you right down, right over your feet. Take you home with me. Take you in my house. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Charlie Hooker. Well, I've been knocked down after gambling, all my intelligence and gone. Well, I've been knocked down after gambling, on my intelligence and gone. Well, I've been down to scrape the bottom, I ain't got no wits no more. Well, I choose physical labor over any other line of work. Well, I said I choose physical labor over any other line of work. For anything else, they make you work too hard, and by then your goose is cooked. Well, I've been living and being in a world that is chock full of lies. Yes, I've been living and being in a world that is chock full of lies. Well, you know, sometimes I get the feeling somebody trying to put out my eyes.
Tennessee. I said the stories that I tell, they're all fable and fantasy. You better decide what you believe in, or you better start begging on your knees.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most awarded medical and adult use dispensary. Located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu.
We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs. With great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of anyone smoking dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
Welcome back to 13 Folds live from the parlor on Lemonadio.com. One more time, I want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors. Northeast Alternatives, the most awarded dispensary in the Commonwealth. Solar Therapeutics, Wonderland Smoke Shop, and of course, Kind Card. Thank you guys. We couldn't do this without you. And we hope to do a lot more of these in the future. I mean, we're just getting rolling. We're going to have a lot more bands coming. We got a great show coming up for you guys next week. I'll tell you what that is before we are done here tonight. But first, we got to finish up with my friend Steve Donovan here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't let him get cold here. He was on fire.
Yeah, he was. You know what? I love watching you play and perform. We have a history together. I mean, when I started doing live radio, actually, it was me and Steve and Chris Hansen, Viking Jesus, down at what used to be the Century Lounge, is now a Skew, and at the time was the Fat Squirrel on Chestnut Street, which was a fun one to do flyers for. But yeah, we used to have fun. We used to do 13 Folds versus the world back then. And Steve and Chris would run we did open mic after that, right?
Pretty much, like dropout night, open mic.
Yeah, dropout night. And everybody had cookies and laughed and laughed and laughed. Yeah, it was good times, man. I miss those days. That was fun times.
It was a great time.
And
absolutely great time.
Honestly, it feels like we haven't really hung out much since then. It's like
a bit, but not like that.
Yeah, not like that.
No.
Like we bump into each other here and there, and it's always like good old times. But
I know a lot of times when you guys are doing the big 13 Folds events, it's the same nights where I'm gigging. I'm always like, man, I wish I could have done one of the dinners and go to the trade show and stuff because
it's
I work
tough.
with Grayson, and Grayson and Casey go up, and
Yep.
I've
Yeah,
been
Grayson
trying to
likes
tag
to
along
show
with trying to tag along with them a few times. So.
Actually, it's funny. I know Grayson through you, but also hang out with him at 13 Folds events all the time, and that's like, it's a big family.
It's a big family. It's a nice
Shout out
inner
Grayson.
circle we have.
Yeah.
Which Grayson will be performing Friday night
with Animal Face.
Animal Face.
As will Gregory.
Yeah. So
Is that the show that Steve Fell's on with you? Is Steve Fell the guest guitar player? So you get to see Gregory, who's absolutely fantastic, and Steve Fell, who's absolutely fantastic, face off with Animal Face this Friday.
That's going to be awesome.
That's a cool addition to the band for the night. Looking forward to seeing you guys trade off, man. I'm coming to that show. That's going to be good.
Yeah, then we'll be able to hang out Friday night because that's actually one of the few Friday nights I actually get to go out.
See, that's a night I'm going to call an Uber.
Yeah. I probably should, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just won't drink. Maybe I'll just do drugs that night. I don't know.
Yeah. That'll solve it.
Now, you said you were working on your own CD that's done being recorded, or
no? The Quahog CD is done being recorded.
Okay, you're still working on.
It's in post production. I haven't started recording my CD, but this is the material basically that's going to be picked and primed from.
So has the other Steve picked out any dates for like a CD release party? Like, do you guys have
we're
time
not
set?
The record's not even mastered yet. We just finished mixing. It's going to get sent off to master this week, and then we'll know a little bit more after that. We're thinking a fall area, maybe like Columbus Day ish.
Okay,
but I can't make any promises.
All right, well, it's been
in the can for 3 years, so I'm not promising that it's coming out in the next 6 months.
I have a very busy schedule.
Yeah.
And I just want to know as soon as possible so I can take it off, make sure I got a sitter for the kids and all that stuff.
I will make that happen.
You could watch the kids. I mean, in between sets, of course.
They could just be on stage with me.
I used to bring Kaya, who's 22 years old. Thank God she made it. I didn't think she'd make it to 22 years old with me as her dad, but she did. I used to bring her to.
Don't kick yourself, Dave.
When we did shows at the living room, which I also had a pole in my face the entire time there. Don't even say anything. I could see it. The wheels turning. Feels like every venue in Providence has like a giant pillar in the way of whatever performance is going on.
Every venue in Providence gives you a giant pole, Dave.
Yes, there's giant pole at every venue. Every venue I'm at, there's giant pole, one way or another. Yeah, we see.
Like
this is
no
why they don't
like
this is
no
why they
political
don't let
pole.
me drink. They never let me drink. I was better off without it. I'm not drinking alcohol anymore.
Really?
I'm done. Done.
Good for you.
For tonight.
Yeah, never again. Never, ever again until I get home.
A friend of mine told his dad a while back, he goes, I'm not going to drink. A few days later, his dad sees him drinking. He goes, I thought you said you're going to quit drinking. He says, yeah, for a couple of days.
For a couple of hours, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I quit drinking right now, pick that beer up again in a few minutes, and pick it right back up. I'm no quitter.
So you can't give us any definitives on release dates or anything like that. But what about shows? You guys got any shows coming up?
Yeah, so Quahogs are playing with Julie Rhodes at the Pump House down in Wakefield.
Nice.
On May 29th. That's an afternoon show outside. So that's already up on Facebook.
And the Pump House has been doing shows all through this outside. They
pretty
got
much,
it down.
Yeah. They started doing them again last summer when everything kind of opened up a little bit again. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We'll be up at the Porch. It's a barbecue restaurant venue.
Oh, I do their posters for their tours. If you've seen their artwork, that's my artwork.
Hey, that's very nice. It's great work. Do you do the website and stuff too?
Oh God, I do have you guys on the flyer for next month.
We're playing the Porch in Medford, and my good friend Jerome O'Neill is mixing, and it's going to be a great show.
Nice.
And yeah, so if you're Boston people, Medford people, Worcester people, come to Medford.
You know what? I should try to go up for that show. He's always inviting me up there. I've never been to the restaurant.
I've never been either. We were supposed to play March 30th last year, but obviously that was right as things were getting canceled.
So I'll definitely, when you do that show, let me know.
Yeah.
Or I'll double check.
I believe that somebody would have to check. I don't have my phone up right here on the stand, but I think the 18th is a Saturday.
All right. Well, if I don't have my, and you know what? Even if I have my kids, I can bring them. It's barbecue.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. It's totally family friendly.
So,
And I think it's an early show. I think it's like a 6 p.m. hit, so it's totally family
Most of
friendly.
his shows are early. You know what? He's been tough. He toughed it out for a while up there. I think he did shows all the way through December. And, he only had to shut down for a couple months, and now he's picking them back up. Great guy.
Yeah, I've heard great things about him. My friend Mike booked the gig. Mike Panico.
All right, well, I'm there with you. When you do that, I'll drive.
That'll be great. Hey, that'll be awesome.
I'll drive you up
So it'll be me, Delmonico, Amato, and Nick Idden.
All right, so I know everybody, so we're
exactly.
good.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be a fun show. What else you got coming
that one?
You doing any open mics or anything?
I'm going to be starting up the open mic here, hosting actually when everything opens back up a little bit. I don't have an exact date on that yet, but I will be the face of open mic coming up at the Parlour.
I'll try to frequent that. As a
Yeah,
performer
please do.
even, I need to get back into that.
Yeah. And like I said, me and Eric are doing the Artist Jackie show together. It would be Steve Donovan and Eddie Bills
I
on
am
the Artist
so
Jackie show
nervous.
on
I have
June 7th.
I have
I think
nothing
that's like
prepared.
an 8 o'clock show.
You guys should perform together.
We might figure out something together. That'll be fun.
Let's try something. I'll do vocals on one of your tunes.
We've
or
known
something.
we've known each
Let
other
me do
for a long
backup
time.
vocals.
Do a crossover, dude.
It's
Like
funny, one of the songs, the last song I'm going to play tonight. Actually, I've had some ideas of having a hip hop remix to be released as part of the release of the solo stuff. So
see, and that's what you do,
maybe
man.
we could talk about that.
You finish your set with him and doing the little, be your hype man, and then Eric can finish
That's
the show.
what I need is a hype.
Because you have
play,
to.
or you can play some Stevie Wonder and then do a little percussion on the body of the guitar, and I'll rap to that or something.
I don't know. I feel the juice. I feel the creative juices going. Listen, guys, we are running out of time. We only got
more
13,
tunes, more tunes.
13
Okay, let's
more
play
minutes.
a few tunes then.
So yeah,
So
bring,
thank you guys
bring
for
us
having me.
home, brother. You can close out the night tonight.
We were talking about Dropout Night. I'd love to dedicate this song to the late memory of John Tierney.
Take your life and to take your name, strip you bare and just file it away. Play it just like a game. They'll render lies, but the truth won't hide. They'll beat you down, make you stare into the light. Say that diamonds are just pressed carbon. You've been pressing me so hard, I think I'm beginning to shine. Take a look and they'll slap your face, rewind your mind while they press erase. People won't believe a thing lest they can see it with their eyes. If a good look boy is what they'll say when they try to take your eyes away, but don't you let them take your brain. They say that diamonds are just pressed carbon. You've been pressing me so. They say that so hard, I think I'm beginning to shine. So you can peep the dawn, find written occurrences few and far, down where the turnpike take the blame. They say that diamonds are just pressed carbon, and you've been pressing me so hard, I think I'm beginning to shine.
They say that diamonds are just pressed carbon, and you've been pressing me so hard, I think I'm beginning to shine. They say that diamonds are just pressed carbon, and you've been pressing me so hard, I think I'm beginning to shine. All right. I'm going to try to fit in these last two here. You fell out of the sky, broken angel in the night. They took your last night's pay, probably took your diamond ring. Your soul didn't die that day. What a mighty lucky thing. 'Cause late at night, when the stars come out, I can still hear you sing. The fog was thick, your luck ran out and canceled all your plans. They were bold and they took gold from your cold dead hands. Daylight, they all stormed the side and they rummaged through your things. It's clear to those with broken hearts the hurt that love can bring. There's sorrow everywhere, hearts break right in two. We've all said a million times, never meant to hurt you. But I must get on and move on and away from all of this. 'Cause I'm sick of looking through these pictures and old forgotten lists. The fog was thick and luck ran out to cancel all your plans. They were bold and they took gold from your cold dead hands. The daylight, they all stormed the side and they rummaged through your things. It's clear to those with broken hearts the hurt that love can bring. You got leaving on your mind. Better say it right out loud. I'm not sticking around while you figure out how to step out of the ring. If there's a new love in your heart, all you got for yourself is a brand new start. Fog was thick and luck ran out to cancel all your plans. They were bold and they took gold from your cold dead hands. Daylight, they all stormed the side and they rummaged through your things. It's clear to those with broken hearts the hurt that love can bring. It's clear to those with broken hearts the hurt that love can bring.
So we are, you know what, we're running out of time. Guys, if you're listening on Lemonadio.com, go switch over to YouTube, look up 13 Folds Live or the Parlour Providence, and check it out. We're actually going to let Steve carry on after. We got one more song, and I don't want anybody to miss it, but you're going to have to watch it live because we're out of time as far as our time slot on Lemonadio. And before we go, I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in and listening. I wanted to give a special shout out to Steve because he came through on short notice and put together a great show for us. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Dave. Thanks for the call.
It's always fun
Thank you,
hanging
Gregory.
out.
Thank you, Eric.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, it's a
Eddie,
pleasure.
Eddie, his alias,
Eddie.
Eddie Bills.
Enough names.
So yeah, guys, thank you, Lemonadio. Thank you, the Parlour and Gregory, for giving us this space to do that. Remember, guys, we're going to be at Platforms Friday night. We're going to be in Auburn, Mass, and Saturday, and that's an all-day event. And then we're going to be back in Providence on Sunday for our dinner. So hit us up on 13 Folds Magazine, Facebook, and get the deets for everything going on. And I guess that's it. Did you have anything else to add, Eddie?
Gregory should have a mic next time.
I've been saying you should have a mic, but you keep, you're like, nah, this is your thing. I just want to run sound.
Nah, we got to let him talk shit.
I want him to talk shit. So anyway, hopefully next week we will be able to have some RSVP people in the house. So RSVP on Facebook and
A
let us
live
know you
clap
wanna come.
track?
Yes. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to play some ads. Go on YouTube right now because after these ads, we're coming back in one more song by Stevie D. We'll be right back. You're listening to 13. Well, we'll be back on our live stream. And we'll be back next week with, who's the band next week? I can't remember. It's Christian Montgomery.
Yeah.
And
The Winter Kill Band.
Kill. That's a cool name. They sound dangerous. Thank you once again, Wonderland Smoke Shop, Solar Therapeutics, Kind Card, and of course our presenting sponsor, Northeast Alternatives. Thank you for making all this happen. And we'll see you next week on 13 Folds Live from the Parlour on Lemonadio.com.
Northeast Alternatives is Massachusetts' most medical and adult use dispensary, located in Fall River, Mass. Now serving adults 21 plus from all states with a valid ID. Visit their shop at 999 William S. Canning Boulevard, Fall River, Mass. Or visit their website at anyalternatives.com to see their full menu.
We'd like to tell you about one of our sponsors, Kind Card, the kinder way to shop. Kind Card replaces cash and conventional credit cards anywhere it's accepted. Dispensaries and cannabis-related merchants can join those around the country, and then they receive their U.S.-based checking account. And it only takes a second for you as a merchant to join their Kind Card program right from your point of sale.
Unlike credit cards, which take days to clear, Kind Card funds are deposited directly into your checking account.
Visit kindcard.com to learn more about this revolutionary program and become a consumer or a merchant today.
Solar Therapeutics, America's first energy-independent cannabis cultivation and retail facility based in Somerset, Mass., is the state's premier adult-use marijuana supplier. Unlike any cannabis manufacturing facility in the country, Solar's production architecture is centered around its innovative design that utilizes green infrastructure and microgrid assets to decrease its overall carbon emissions. These green concepts enable Solar to produce sustainable cannabis both by lowering its overall energy profile as well as by generating all of its own clean power.
To learn more about solar or order products online, visit solarthera.com.
Wonderland Smoke Shop carries all of your e-cig, hookah, and tobacco products as well as an assortment of imported and fine cigars. There is also a vast selection of rigs, mods, and glass for the connoisseur. Wonderland is a great smoke shop for all of your needs, with great prices, great service, and family atmosphere. From special orders to new products, their honest and trustworthy staff will exceed all your expectations. Visit Wonderland Smoke Shop in Warwick, Rhode Island at 666 East Ave. Don't forget to follow them on Facebook and tell them 13 Fold sent you.
Lemonadio.
Did you ever hear of that? Dried mushrooms? What? Oh, nothing. Skip it.
Providing relief from dry mouth since 2020.
Tell me who it is, damn it. You got 5 seconds to tell me who the hell this is.
Lemonadio.
About my whole back door, I get some feelings never simple. I don't stay at the Starlight Inn anymore. Dirty business to get caught stealing. If you're filthy rich, maybe you'll escape. If you ask the cops, they'll make of you a liar. Then they'll take you off the street and clamp shackles on your feet. And if you're lucky, you just might get free someday. I was looking out the window, daydreaming about my old back door. I get some feelings never simple. I don't stay at the Starlight Inn. Please don't take me to the Starlight Inn. I was looking out the window, daydreaming about my old back door. I get some feelings never simple. I don't stay at the Starlight Inn. Please don't take me to the Starlight Inn. I can't stay at the Starlight Inn anymore. Thanks, everybody.